Wellness for Life is brought to you by Back in Motion Physical Therapy, Gothenburg Chiropractic Clinic, Mahabi Atwa Community Action Partnership, Natural Alternatives, and Lakeside Sports and Pain Clinic.
Hi, I'm Matt Kaufenberg. I am a physical therapist and I own Back in Motion Physical Therapy in Perham, Minnesota, as well as Park Rapids, Minnesota. On my last episode, I talked to you guys about a musculoskeletal wellness assessment that I offer. I've had a few people call me and ask some questions. I just wanted to clarify that this is, for the most part, a cash-based service. It is $150, typically takes about 30 to 60 minutes. If you do have some issues, if you have some shoulder pain or some back pain, you absolutely can talk to your doctor and get a referral. Come and see me and your insurance would cover it on that piece. And then we could kind of piggyback this assessment if we wanted to. So I just wanted to clarify that first. And today I also wanted to then give you 5 quick assessments that I would do as part of this full musculoskeletal wellness assessment. Remember, most of us are going to have some sort of muscle injury, whether it's ankle pain, back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain. We're going to have something in our lives. And there's lots of testing that we can do to see whether or not we can develop a program for you to reduce the likelihood of you having these issues. So I just think it's a really important assessment that we could offer. So I just wanted to show you today 5 quick things that I would do. And what I wanted to do was show you 5 things that I would do during this assessment, but that you can do at home. So if you're watching this, you can actually do these quick assessments at home to see if there might be some potential follow-up that you might need to do with myself. So let's just jump right into those 5 quick assessments. And again, this is in no way the complete assessment, but these are just 5 examples of things that I would ask people to do. The first one is just a simple balance test. About 10 or 15 years ago, the Physical Therapy Association did this large study on balance and determined that balance and reduction of balance was closely tied to a reduction in strength. And so if you lose just general body strength, you lose balance, and then you could have an increased risk of falling. And if you fall, you could potentially break a hip, or you could potentially have some other sorts of injuries. So it's important to always do a quick assessment of your balance. So if you've watched a variety of my episodes, you've probably seen this particular test before, but I'm just going to review it. It's a very simple test. It takes 30 seconds. All you need is a chair. So just find a chair. Just a regular folding chair works really nicely. You want to sit at the edge of the chair, and you want to have a timer with you because the test takes 30 seconds. What you do is you cross your arms in front of you. After you cross your arms, start the timer, and then you stand up. You stand up as many times as you can in 30 seconds. So it looks like this. You just go up, down, and you do that as quickly as you can, as fast as you can, and you do as many as you can in 30 seconds. Once the 30 seconds is up, you should have been counting how many you have done, and you want to be able to do 14 sit to stands in 30 seconds. If you can do 14, that is considered normal. If you are anywhere between 10 to 14, you're at a mild risk of falling. If you were less than 10, or if you were unable to do any of them, then you're at a pretty high risk of falling. In that case, you really need to reach out to me, and we need to kind of develop an exercise program for you to do at home. So that's one quick test that we can do. Some other tests we can do can be done lying down either on the floor or on your bed. But there's a nice test that we can do to determine your back strength. Back strength is critical for reducing disc problems or any sort of back strain. Again, a number of studies have been done on what are the best tests for the back, what are the best exercises for the back. What we have found out is that one muscle group called the multifidus, very, very important for reduction of back injury. If you can maintain good multifidus strength, your likelihood of back injury reduces by about 80%. So there's a really nice quick test you can do of multifidus strength. And you lie down on your stomach, And you place your arms to your side and you just raise your back up. Okay, so you're up in this position, and when you can't hold this position anymore, you just drop. And then you check your timer and you see how long you were able to hold that position. And again, normal would be 90 seconds. If you're less than normal, you need to contact me and we can develop a program for you. Another nice exercise or another nice test that you can do to determine your stomach strength is a simple plank. You want to get up on your elbows and you want to get into this position. If you can get into this position and you can hold this position for 30 seconds, that is considered normal. If your back starts to sag, if you have to drop, then there might be some issues with overall stomach strength. A fourth quick test that you can do is lying on your side. Now this one is specific for rotator cuff. Rotator cuff issues often are due to tightness in a very specific part of the shoulder. If that particular part of the shoulder is too tight, you could have an increased risk of developing a rotator cuff tear. So the test is you get on your side with your arm at 90 degrees from your body. So it's perpendicular from your body. And all you do is you just rotate the arm down. Now it's really, really critical that you maintain a 90-degree angle here and a 90-degree angle here. The arm should be able to drop about 50 degrees. If you're doing this and it only drops 10 degrees, you're very, very tight in a very specific part of your rotator capsule. If that's too tight, you could be putting too much pressure on your rotator cuff. So again, you want to be able to get to about 50 degrees. If you can only get so far, there might be an issue and you might need to contact me. Finally, a real quick test to see if you're at an increased risk of developing like carpal tunnel is a nerve mobilization stretch. A lot of times with carpal tunnel, the nerve gets a little too tight. So we want to do a real quick assessment to see if your nerve is mobile enough. Very simple test. You put your arm up against the wall with your wrist bent back at about a 90-degree angle. The elbow needs to be straight. You don't want that elbow bent at all. You need that elbow straight, and again, the wrist is going to be at 90 degrees. If you can get into this position and you feel nothing, you've got a pretty mobile nerve. If you get into this position and your fingers start to tingle, or if you start to feel a little bit of pain in your forearm or your palm, or you feel some pain in the elbow, then the nerve might be a little bit too tight and you might need to contact me. That's it. Those are 5 easy tests that you can do at home as part of this musculoskeletal assessment that I offer. If you're interested in having that done, give me a call. If you do any of these tests and you have some issues, give me a call, 218-346-2464.
Thank you for watching Wellness for Life. Brought to you by Back in Motion Physical Therapy, Gothenburg Chiropractic Clinic, Mahabi Atwa Community Action Partnership, Natural Alternatives, and Lakeside Sports and Pain Clinic.